Yeah, pretty much. All right, so
You
like
share
my
them.
yeah,
It will be
my
friction.
point to that is like I don't want another and it's kind of a drastic take, but like I don't want another um situation where they don't like keep the other decks in mind because if you hit the top decks, if you hit Automat, if you hit like anything on the tier list as of right now, it's gonna create a vacuum, and I don't want another deck that's unchecked to kind of come up and like just be
Hmm?
as oppressive as Onomat. Really like
You
just
fucker.
has like no bad matchup really, and it's I agree. Like I always said that like you don't have to hit a deck just because it's good, but when it's oppressive, that's when you have to be like, all right, like we have to do something because one, it doesn't work out for them because they're people aren't buying new decks. They're just running this deck for months on end, and they're getting their money's worth. They're not buying new shit. They're probably maybe grab another tech or two to add to their side deck or not even the main deck, and then call it a day. But like if it's it just I don't know. I guess we can go on and talk about. We kind of touched on this, but kind of didn't. The meta right now. I know it's a bit stale.
Ooh.
But how would you guys go about fixing? I know there's like different ways to go about fixing a meta. Because right now, I don't like the meta that we're in. Personally, like I don't like one deck, kind of just stomping everything else and just hoping you get lucky against it, and they like absolutely brick, which like never happens with automats because the skill is just kind of busted. But like, how would you guys go about uh kind of fixing the meta from this point forward?
Should I just start again?
Yeah, yeah, we'll go
Yeah.
like we'll go P
Okay.
Scrim and then
Go.
Kev.
First of all, murder onomats. It's been long enough. Um, that's even if I'd bringing onomats down to the other decks level would have been enough a while ago. It's not anymore now
Mhm.
because people are sick and tired of onomats.
Yeah,
But that also goes this meta without onomats being tier one or tier zero,
I think it would be one of the
which is
healthiest metas. There's so many decks
it
right now.
was would be a super healthy meta. Before Onomat got Rhinoceros and people just figured out how strong Onomat actually is.
Hmm.
Um, because kind of the meta was healthy before Rhinoceros got released, because only then people realized, wait a minute, what is this deck?
Yeah,
And before that it was really healthy. But now people, even though Onomats have dominated the entire time, people are tired of the entirety of the meta. They just want something new. So not only does Konami need to like make sure the new decks are playable with the new cards by killing things, they also have to make sure that maybe all the strategies that will benefit from this and are limited or restricted, just get them free. Just put them back in and let people have fun with them.
release Dark Magician. It's been too long. I need my deck back.
Dark Magician, I think Rice said it yesterday. Dark Magician is like their shit, we need money.
Oh yeah, yeah, the
Bring
cash
more
grab.
Dark
Yeah, they're
Magician
gonna like
support.
they're anticipating a bad quarter, so like let's release Dark Magician, add
I mean,
support, get it off the ban
introduce
list.
they just introduced new Dark Magician support in the OCG, so we've got an entire box worth of Dark
Yeah.
Magician support. They could just drop.
So
But
pretty.
most of the Dark Magician support gets taken out of like context, or just take it. They people do stuff with that they don't want people to do with it. So uh, I don't know. Just okay. So if I had to say something specific, take out Onomats, just blow it out of the water, never let it come back. It's not an expensive deck. It's a structure deck and a couple main box cards out of one main box. If you ignore tax, which you can use in other decks anyway, like Book of Moon will never be bad.
Ever,
Um,
ever.
Murder Thunder Dragons. I like the deck, but it's
It's
been
been
on for
way
too
too
long.
long, bro. Way too long.
Leave maybe leave TGs alone for another ban list. Just
Shh,
let
don't
it
talk about
shine
T. Don't
because
give him ideas. Don't give him ideas.
it's
TG best deck.
it's if they kill Onomats and Thunder Dragons right now, and maybe, which I'm about to say next, murder Harpy's hunting grounds, just take that skill away. Because Harpies, the only thing that makes Harpies like a problem is hunting grounds. Their game plan
Really?
has, yeah, their game plan has been eclipsed. Like the pure Harpies game plan does not has no chance against the big portion of the meta, right? You need like you either need to get ridiculously lucky with your starting hand and drawing a lot of tax, or you lose.
Not to interrupt you, but I really agree on that. During my cog run, I was playing Harpies and running bad matchups, and I just gave
Yeah.
and swap over
Like,
TG.
can you go back to the tier list for a sec?
Yeah.
If you look at this tier list, the only good matchup Harpies have here, I know some people like to say TGs is a good, not TGs, Guy is a good matchup for Harpies, but it's not. It's really not. You need a good opening hand going first, or you will lose to Gaia. Um, the only deck on the tier list Harpies have a good matchup against is TGs, and only if they play Dino TGs. If they play normal TGs, you also lose to that. So no, Harpies need their skill removed because right now they're just there to punish backrow decks in like like a Team Wars or Clan Wars format. That's like their
So
bigger purpose.
so you're calling for Konami to like not so you want him to just yoink the skill?
Yeah, just re-nerf it. It was nerfed. They unnerfed it. Just nerf it again.
Oh
Maybe
man.
put like Egotist to 2, I guess, or something to take Tretch away, or just outright ban Tretch. Just the Egotist to 2 wouldn't affect the Harpies game plan overall. It would just take Tretch away because I don't want the deck to have
That's my
Tretch.
Harpies though.
Huh? Yeah, that would be another plus of that nerf, actually. Um, yeah, no.
Yo, three
Gaia,
Harpy
I don't
Lady one
know.
for the win.
I really don't think they have to hit Gaia
Nah,
like
they're
at all.
nah me either.
Gaia is just solid. Gaia
Really,
makes
really
them
solid.
Gaia being a structure deck, it makes them a lot of money.
Yep.
It's an anime deck that's also a structure deck. It plays cool looking cards.
Yep.
Uh is easy to use. Kind of like Dark Magician was. Like Dark Magician had some hard decision making if you got down to like harder matchups or
Mhm.
long games. But on the surface level and on ladder, you just autopilot Gaia and Dark Magician. So it's a Yugi deck that's easy to play. So just people would buy the shit out of this and are buying the shit out of this, I'm quite sure.
Yeah.
So just do it. Just leave it as that. And the deck is successful. Doffy, my teammate from Legends, he's just a really good Gaia player. Just
Mhm.
loves the deck, plays it well. Deck is solid. That's all I can say about Gaia. Um, resonators are so cool. They're so flexible. I don't want them to touch it. They will probably touch it. Maybe just also give it a limit too. But I don't want the resonators to die. Please, the deck is so fun.
But do you think if they like cut Onomats, is this a potential deck that can really like fill that vacuum?
If they cut onomats, if people would just pull their thumbs out and just actually work on optimizing resonators, I think resonators would probably be in contention for being the best deck. Yeah.
Got it. So those were the Super Piece's thoughts on the meta and how he would go about fixing it. Next up, we have Grim.
Like I said, I figured just hitting the skill to the point where they can't use it to be as consistent anymore would
Yeah.
just fix it like completely. Um, Also, I feel like if they hit Dark, Thunder Dragon Dark to 2 would fix that. And I also think that, yeah, if they hit the skill for Harpies, that would probably fix it as well. And then literally after that, don't touch anything else because everything
Got
else I
it.
think
And
would be
then just
fine.
play it by ear. And like if something like comes up and as oppressive, we just kind of hit it as we go along in the meta, like as it develops.
Yeah, I think when those if those get hit, the meta is not going to be too bad. And I don't think this next box is going to really affect. It's going to be a pendulums box. There's no way it's not.
Hmm.
So
I mean,
with
yeah, it
that,
releases with a new world, so
yeah. So I don't think that's going to affect a lot of decks right off the bat. If it
selection
does,
pendulum box. Let's go.
Yo, Tripp's gonna start playing Duel Links.
Yeah.
but yeah, with that box, I don't think anything major is going to rise up like severely unless they put something in it that's just like somebody at Konami like tripped, stumbled, and hit a button somewhere, and they didn't proofread anything before it hit, and then they're just like,
Wait.
yeah, we totally meant to do that. We didn't mean to do that, but
Wait.
yeah, sure. Type of mentality.
But what the boxes before Dark Side of Dimensions, for example, were all really weak, and then they gave us Alistair, right? If that happens
That's what I
again,
mean. That's what I mean. Like they do something like that again, where they go and they put like a tech, like a an archetype in the game that just breaks certain archetypes. Unless they do something like that, I don't think this first box for pendulums is going to really do anything for the current meta. Like once we get there, I think
yeah.
the current meta, like if we hit those 3 archetypes
Yes.
and we get into that point, I don't think we're gonna go and really have that much of a difference.
Let's go put it behind.
Nope. Okay, let's give Kev his chance now.
Oh, sorry,
Kev's
yeah.
looking ready
Yeah, I was
for-
just
yeah.
I was trying to let Grim kind of finish up and then move over to Kev's opinion on how he would fix the meta.
Yeah, sorry about that, Kev. I was on a roll.
Kev,
Kev,
did he ditch
yeah.
us?
Do we lose the guy?
I guess we'll ask him whenever he gets back.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah,
there he
yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Um, my complaint is the same complaint as everyone with just Onomats. It's really if you don't give them any restrictions, you shouldn't give any other deck a restriction, or else there's just gonna be one deck better than the other decks. And let's see, that's really the only problem I have on Onomats. Like no matter what you nerf, it's still gonna be like you had 13 sisters, right? No matter what. So unless they got the deck by putting a lot of stuff to limit two, or they just fix the skill.
So as far as like just automats, you think is the issue? I think just to fix the meta as is, you think just automat, just hitting automat in some way will kind of like balance out the meta, or do you think that some other deck will kind of like rise up and kind of take its place?
And then like a deck with like a generic skill will take its place, like Destiny Draw. But then like if you kind of remove it, like how they remove balance
Yeah,
to kind of get rid of a lot of the generic decks, so they kind of force you to play more of an anime deck with the restrictions.
yeah.
Is I guess like the route they're trying to go. And I mean, Thunder Dragons they just need a nerf so they can't abuse the charge. Go back to like the previous nerf before like Levy came out. That should kind of solve most of the problem. I think it was like Dark to 2 and like Raw to 3. Something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, something yeah, with that they just kind of solve all the problems with Thunder Dragons and fixing Destiny Draw.
I mean, Destiny Draw, no deck that runs Destiny Draw, killing Destiny Draw wouldn't be like balanced because no deck that runs Destiny Draw needs Destiny Draw. It's more like, oh, I don't have to run an anime skill, so I'll just run the most convenient generics, or the most degenerate and best anime skill we have, which is Destiny Draw. So
Just need to kind of fix it like 2K and below, like something like or like 1K and below where it's really like an anime skill as like a last ditch effort.
why you
Like
can't battle in Boxer Whale.
yeah, I mean we saw the abuse with Dark Lords where like they're Destiny drawing at 8K life points, which part that did not felt fair.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a last ditch effort. It's like an overkill on top of an overkill.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the problems you guys are talking about is really just Tretch. I think they should just ban Tretch. Like a one card like sack is kind of unfair.
In a 3-game zone, a 3-zone game, yeah.
I'd
Without a
rather
main
like,
phase 2.
at least if I get floodgated, I know it was a 1-for-1 trade that just kind of interrupt my play. At least I will live. If I get Tretch, I'm probably gonna die no matter what.
Yeah, because you don't have a main phase 2. Even if you are stuck, if you have your monsters on board and your opponent goes, even if your opponent goes second, you establish your board. Your opponent just sets a Tretch. You can't react, even if you have resources in hand. You can't react to your opponent Tretching you in battle phase, because you can't play anything after your battle phase. Your turn just ends. So kind of blows. The card just blows. I hate it. Just should just be removed.
Yeah, it's time
Okay,
for
so
Tretch to be
Crow
voted.
in the chat is saying Tretch is at 2 and it's fine in my honest opinion.
I mean, it's
Uh,
balanced at 2, but then the problem is that it's sacky.
Yeah.
That's the reason why no one really likes it.
Yo,
Tretch,
True did nothing
that's
wrong. Facts. True did nothing wrong. Free
Tretch
True
stands for
Free True
Tretch and Trunade both do the same thing. They let you win games you shouldn't win. Because if you're so behind that you just can't win the game, and then you just get a blowout sack card like Tretch, and you win the game. It's just like those two cards are like Sidra, but on a one card basis. Sidra is just a one card. The deck Sidra just shouldn't win a game, but they sack you, so they win. And that's what Tretch and that do. Tretch and Trunade do.
So to
for
Kev's
those that are
point,
memers in the chat, basically, it's an Uno reverse card.
Yeah, which
no you.
costs you nothing.
So to Kev's point, what you guys just saw was a short clip from the Soul Society podcast. More info about that can be found in the Discord down below. Also, there you will find more info of the Soul Society Weekly that we host every single Saturday at 9 a.m. EST. If you enjoyed the content, please don't be shy to comment down below, subscribe, and hit those thumbs up. Until next time, be safe and take care. Thank you.